It is now my great pleasure to introduce this year's commencement speaker. He is a Pitt alum, a member of our Board of Trustees. He is the Penguins' #1 fan, and he is the mayor of Pittsburgh, Bill Peduto. A Pittsburgh native, Bill's desire to serve began early when he was a student at Chartiers Valley High School when he was elected student body president. And at that time, he wanted to make life better for the people he represented. So that meant he shattered the record for Chartiers for the most student dances, 19 to be exact. And he established the school's first ever student bonfire. But even at that young age, Bill knew that he wanted to serve, and that a career in public service would give him the opportunity to make a real and lasting impact, especially on the city he loved. Now, he did leave Pittsburgh for a while. He completed his undergraduate work at Penn State. That was spontaneous, but I do like to remind him that his most meaningful degree was his master's degree from our very own Graduate School of Public and International Affairs. In fact, I'm told that his mom, Eva, 90 years old, has kept that diploma for safekeeping. So all the moms here, take note. When that package arrives later this summer, snag it while you can. But Bill has lived a life that is an incredible example for other Pitt graduates. This kid from the suburbs ended up becoming the mayor of a large American city. His lifelong commitment to serve shows that it's not more important to be somebody, it's more important to do something. And there's no denying that Bill has done something remarkable, touching the lives of countless Pittsburgh residents. His own career in public service began as a staffer on the Pittsburgh City Council, a vital but behind-the-scenes role. He spent 7 years talking to residents, learning how city government works, how the sausage gets made, as they say, and getting to know the issues the city needed to confront to move forward. And Bill's two most distinctive traits are combining a love of our region's proud legacy, its history, and its people, with a remarkably compelling vision of what we could be. He understands and fully believes that your future does not have to be your past. He embraces Pittsburgh history. He is very proud of it. But at his core, Bill is a visionary. He sees what doesn't currently exist. He sees what could be improved, and he has the courage to inspire others to make it happen. Which is why, after 19 years on the Pittsburgh City Council, both as a staffer and an elected council member, he decided to run for mayor. And it's under his leadership of mayor that Pittsburgh's reputation has transformed into a global 21st century city. He is known as an eloquent and passionate spokesperson for Pittsburgh and the region, and the world has taken notice. Companies like Google and Uber have set up their offices here in Pittsburgh. We are consistently named one of the most livable cities in America. Even our bustling restaurant scene has earned bragging rights as Zaggett's #1 food destination in America. In fact, the mayor is our celebrator-in-chief of this remarkable renaissance, but he has also been our conscience, telling us that we can do better to make sure Pittsburgh is an opportunity for everyone who lives here. And the University of Pittsburgh could not have asked for a better partner to help achieve our shared goal to leverage our technology and innovation to improve the city and the world. Whether he is representing Pittsburgh around the world, across the country, or at Cappy's and Shadyside, Bill's deep love of Pittsburgh comes across. And I am so grateful that he has agreed to share that passion and some words of wisdom with us today. But first, we would like to convey upon our speaker the university's highest honor by conferring upon the mayor an honorary doctoral degree. So at this time, I would like to invite William Peduto, Eva Tansky-Bloom, the chairperson of our Board of Trustees, Patricia Beeson, the Provost and Senior Vice Chancellor, and Art Levine, the Senior Vice Chancellor for the Health Sciences, up in front of the stage. Today, my colleagues and I have the opportunity to confer our institution's highest distinction upon an individual who embodies our university's ideals of academic excellence, principled commitment, and purposeful engagement. It is our great privilege to recognize William Peduto as an individual who exemplifies each of these qualities. Bill, on this 29th day of April, 2018, we recognize your outstanding contributions, your commitments, and your distinguished service to the city of Pittsburgh and to its residents. With deep gratitude for all the ways in which your life's work has stirred others to action and understanding, and in acknowledgement of your remarkable contributions to the public, we hereby confer upon you, William Peduto, the degree of Doctor of Public Service, honoris causa from the University of Pittsburgh, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations. We're not taking away his degree. I'm just clearing his hands because it's now his turn to talk to you. And ladies and gentlemen, I am incredibly proud to introduce our keynote speaker today, Mr. Pittsburgh, or now we should say Dr. Pittsburgh himself, Mayor Bill Peduto.
Thank you, Chancellor Gallagher, the Board of Trustees, and the faculty for this honor. So, it's customary to cite one of the world's greatest 20th century philosophers when providing remarks before a large gathering of faculty, scholars, and their families at this formal occasion. So let me begin. Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You, on your own, you know what you know, and you are the one who decide where to go. Dr. Seuss, right? Yeah. I was given that book after I failed as a campaign manager running my first campaign in the early 90s. I was given that book on that night of that election, and I read it for the first time, and I kept reading it at different points in life. Life is a journey. I got 53 years of that journey. I've traveled many paths, some good ones, some not so good. I learned many lessons, and today my gift to you is 10 lessons that I learned in 53 years of life. Number 10, be free. You know the places you will go, Dr. Seuss warns us. I'm afraid that sometimes you'll play lonely games too, games you can't win because you'll play against you. You'll find excuses. You'll find other people to blame, but the key to unlocking most problems is found within. The first step is to recognize it. The second step is to solve it. The one who yells about circumstances, failures, or unfair situations are the caged birds, unable to unlock themselves with the key they hold within. Maya Angelou wrote, "A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends, and dips his wing in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The cage bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the cage bird sings of freedom. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade winds through the singing trees, and the fat worms waiting on a dawn-bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. but a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. His shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on a distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. Number 9, fail often. Bill Gates dropped out of Harvard. Steven Spielberg was rejected 3 times by USC School of Film. Albert Einstein could not speak until he was 4. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Jay-Z was rejected by every major record label. Success walks hand in hand with failure. Embrace failure. Don't fear it. If you aren't not failing enough, you aren't trying hard enough. There's a great quote to remember. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Thomas Edison, world-class failure. Number 8, order the bacon. Apologies to my PETA friends and those that are health conscious, but smelling roses just isn't enough. This isn't practice, folk. This is life. You get one chance and it isn't tomorrow, it is today. Live in the moment, understand everything around you, and appreciate what you have. Always act with moderation and with others in mind, but take the time to take care of you. Life is just a series of moments. Make as many good ones as you possibly can. Number 7, but life has consequences. I recently was sent, and I really like this quote from Japanese Zen script. There really is nothing you must be, and there is nothing you must do. There really is nothing you must have, and there is nothing you must know. There really is nothing you must become. However, it helps to understand that fire burns, and when it rains, the earth gets wet. Everything has consequences. Number 6, be in the battle. Discover what you're passionate about and get involved. Do stuff. Give yourself to causes, to activities, to life. Make your life count by being there for others. It may surprise many that my favorite American president was a Republican, Teddy Roosevelt. Here's what he had to say. It's not the critic that counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. There is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Be involved in your world. Number 5, don't fight fire with fire. When you find yourself in conflict with others, always be mindful that your actions represent your beliefs. As a person or as part of a group, your actions will rightfully represent your cause. It is extremely difficult to respond with reason when you feel like there is a fist in your face. However, it is also required. Martin Luther King reminded us, darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. Spread some water on the fires in your life. Number 4, surround yourself with good people. Whether it's your family, your lifelong partner, your friends, your colleagues that you may hire, always evaluate the character, not just the resume. Emotional quotient is more important than intellectual quotient. And loyalty is the most important trait of all. Number 3, lucky people work hard. Don't rely upon luck. Rely upon hard work. The people who find success in life all have a common trait. They work hard. No matter what job you have, do it better than anyone else. Don't look what is on other people's plates. Do the best with what you have been served. Employers notice hard workers. They also notice those with excuses. In the words of Master Yoda, do or don't. There is no try. Number 2, advice from my dad, take a breath. He also advised me never to borrow another man's car, another man's gun, or another man's woman. Also good advice. Look, there's a reason God invented time, so we don't have to do everything at once. So plan life over a lifetime. When things seem hectic or out of control, sit down, make a list, and look at what needs to be done. Organize, plan, think, take a breath. And the number 1 rule of life, at least in my 53 years, be kind. Mr. Rogers taught us the secret of life. There are 3 ways, he said, to ultimate success. The first way is to be kind. The second way is to be kind. The third way is to be kind. In order to live a life of kindness, there are certain rules we must follow. Mother Teresa tuned the world on to the Paradoxical Commandments. They provide enlightenment toward a successful life. And they are, people are illogical, unreasonable, and self-centered. Love them anyway. If you do good, people will accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Do good anyway. If you're successful, you'll win false friends and true enemies. Succeed anyway. The good you do today will be forgotten tomorrow. Do good anyway. Honesty and frankness may make you vulnerable. Be honest and frank anyway. The biggest men and women with the biggest ideas can be shot down by the smallest men and women with the smallest minds. Think big anyway. People favor underdogs but follow only top dogs. Fight for a few underdogs anyway. What you spend years building may be destroyed overnight. Build anyway. People really need help but may attack you if you do help them. Help people anyway. Give the world the best you have and you'll get kicked in the teeth. Give the world the best you have anyway. So that's it. 53 years of lessons learned in 10 minutes. Congratulations to all of you and to your families. So, be your name Buxbaum or Bixby or Bray or Mordecai Ali Van Allen O'Shea. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way. Hail to Pitt.